I do this today. And it's about 12:37, so I technically did not do it today. I did it the next day. And so good morning. It's 12:37 in the morning. Just wanted to kind of give you folks a heads up on one of these problems. I just wanted to give you a little bit of extra help with this thing. Basically, the first part of this problem is saying this image is 0.15 degrees wide and 0.29 degrees long. And the reason why we didn't say inches or whatever is because what this represents is kind of like if you're looking up at the sky. So here's the sky and you're looking up over here. Here's your eye. And you see maybe this much right here. The way we measure the distance from here to here would be more in degrees instead of full on like centimeters or whatever. So if that photograph represents 0.15 degrees wide, all they're saying is you've got yourself a square or a rectangle photograph. Well, I'm sorry that this thing's hideous. I have no idea why I can't draw a square. Must be because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Let me go to shape. Do this guy right here. And pop that bad boy down right there. There we go. Okay. So all it's saying is you got a 0.15 degrees on one side and 0.29 degrees on the other side. What is the square degrees? Or I know that unit doesn't usually make sense, but basically, what's the area of this thing right here? And you can use regular math to figure that out. The second question is saying the sky has an area of 41,000 square degrees. So if you were to flatten out the sky into a gigantic square or whatever, you would end up getting the area equals 41,260 degrees. Well, square degrees, I guess. But the area that you've calculated was, whatever that thing is. So really, that thing up there represented this small little square. And the question is, how many of these small little tiles would you need to cover that entire area? I think that's just another more math problem. How many bright stars do you see in the picture? Well, that's up to you. Just go look through the picture and count them. How many bright stars do you see? And answers will vary for that, definitely. How many faint stars do you see in the picture? Well, that one's a little bit harder question. What I would do is just kind of break this thing up and start counting by hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, blah, 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 all the way till you get to the rest of the picture. How many, if this picture were typical tiles in question 2, how many bright stars would you expect to find across the entire sky? So, basically, you take your answer from question 2, because that tells you how many tiles that would represent for the entire sky, and you multiply it by the number of bright stars you see in this picture. Say that I were to copy and paste this picture so many times so that I can build the entire night sky. And it looks like, I'll give you the answer right here. It looks like I'll have 4 bright stars. Well, that's your answer to number 3. So I multiply those 4 bright stars by however many tiles it takes to fill up this entire sky, and that would give me the number of bright stars in the maybe night sky. How many faint stars do you see? Well, you got to take that number of faint stars that you counted, multiply that by the answer to 2, and you'll get that answer. And then this one's more of a thought question for you. So I hope with those hints, it really helps you out with that stuff.